Good morning. Today we are going to study about the ideals of our constitution. Now this is first point is making of our constitution. Now after independence, our top leaders they thought that they need a constitution to govern the country. So Dr. Rajendra Prasad was appointed as the president. A constituent assembly was formed. It started working on December 9, 1946. B.R. Ambedkar was appointed as the chairman of the drafting committee. Constituent assembly met for 165 days over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 17 days. But the constitution came into effect on January 26, 1950. Now you will have to understand the preamble. Now the preamble is that we, the President of India, having solemnly resolved the constitution to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens certain rights, that is the justice, that is social, economic and political justice, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all. Now fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this constitution. This was the preamble of our constitution. Now our constitution was the most democratic countries begins with the preamble. Now it must remember that a preamble is not a part of the constitution. It is not enforceable into a court of law. Now first point is sovereignty. What is sovereignty? You have read in your lower classes. Now the preamble declares that India is a sovereign country. The meaning is no foreign country can interfere with our government and they can formulate our foreign policy. So this is sovereignty. Now socialist. In 1976, the socialist was added to the preamble by the 42nd Amendment to recognize the need to bring about economic and social equality along with political equality. Everybody is equal in the society. Now next point is secular. The word secular was also added to the preamble by the 42nd Amendment. Now this highlights the non-existence of religious bias in the country. All the religions are same, as to be treated equally and they have equal rights. Now democratic. The word democratic means that Indian citizens enjoy equal political rights. They elect their own leaders who make the laws and are accountable to the people. Elections are held every 5 years and all citizens above the age of 18 have the right to vote. This is called universal adult franchising. Now republic. The preamble also states that India is a republic, which means that the head of the state, that is the president, is elected by the people for a term of 5 years and is not a hereditary one. Now the key features of the constitution. First is federalism. India has a federal form of government. What is the meaning of federal form of government? That means it has 2 levels of government, the union government and the state government. Both sets of government have their own powers defined by the constitution. In India, there is a division of power between the center and the states guaranteed by the constitution. Constitution is supreme and all political organs draw authority from the constitution. Each state enjoys certain independence in exercising powers on subjects mentioned in the state list. Subjects of national concern are in the union list. Now parliamentary form of government. India has a parliamentary form of government as people elect their representatives to a central assembly. These representatives legislate and exercise political authority on behalf of the people. This assembly of elected representatives is called the parliament. Also, every citizen of the country, irrespective of any bias or discrimination, can contest the election. Anybody can contest the elections. Now, separation of powers. There are three organs: the state, the legislature that frames the laws, the executive that executes the laws, and the judiciary that resolves and disputes and maintains order. To prevent misuse of power, the Constitution prescribes the functions of each organ. There is a balance of power between these three organs as each checks the other. Now, no organ can exercise their absolute authority. Now, secularism. The word secular clearly indicates that all people have complete freedom to follow, preach and practice their religion. A secular country does not establish any religion as official religion. Now, there are few points that a mandatory governing principle for Indian democracy. Now, first point is to bring into effect appropriate legislation and legal restraints to prevent one community from dominating other communities. One community cannot dominate on other community. Now, second point, to implement legislations and measures to prevent some members from dominating others of the same country. Now, the third point is to exercise self-restraint and caution from giving preferential treatment to any particular region. Now, fourth point is to protect the religious freedom of every citizen. Today up to this, next class I discuss about the next fundamental rights.